Hi, I'm Jac Borochina. I will be presenting today in regards to sensory processing disorder. Fellow teachers, have you ever wondered why some of your students can never stay seated during circle time or when you're teaching a lesson? Or do you have that one student in your class that always trips over his own feet? How about the student that has to touch everything when they walk down the hall, including the bulletin board? Well, teachers, the next time you get aggravated and decide to embarrass the child in front of the other students, think about this. The child may not be doing this on purpose. Newsflash, it's called a sensory processing disorder. There are two kinds of a sensory processing disorder. One disorder is when the child is hypersensitive, and the other is when the child is hyposensitive. In other words, there's the 4-year-old that is so-called the mover and groover, the one that is the daredevil and hangs upside down from the monkey bars, who has to touch everything and can't sit still, versus the bumpers and crashers that lack body awareness, fall off chairs, and have food hanging off their chin. Regardless of which exact sensory processing disorder it is, there are activities that you can incorporate in your classroom that will be helpful and useful for all children, those that have the sensory processing disorders and those that do not. It is a good point to keep in mind that every child learns better with real hands-on experience, and movement throughout the day keeps them concentrating and actually enjoying school. The following are some fun activities to use in your class that will be both academic and fun for all students, but especially useful for those students that have the sensory processing disorders. For example, the first tray, I have beans inside, and they're all different colored beans. So if you give this to a child and the child puts their hand in there, they can reach for a certain number of beans, regardless whether it's 1 or 2, so you can teach them the concept of counting. You could also teach them the concept of colors. For example, this is beige. It's very, very tiny, but I'm doing my best. This is white, and I have green in there. The second tray is shaving cream. It does not smell, which is important because you don't want a strong shaving cream in your class. In the shaving cream, I threw in a couple of pennies, a couple of quarters, so the student will reach in the shaving cream, and let's see what they get. Okay, let me clean. This looks like a dime. So this is a lesson to also teach the concept of counting coins and value, which is very good to use in math as well. The third tray has salt in it. And this is especially useful for teaching spelling or letters. For example, you take the child's hand and you show them how to trace an A. So we're going to do an A. Here is an image of an A. You can also get a little advanced and make it more fun and spell cat and dog and spell their name in there. These are some of the lessons to incorporate in your class, and like I said, it makes the class fun and academic. There's also a couple of tips that you can tell parents, especially to those that have children that have the sensory processing disorders. But it is useful for all of your students. For example, routine during bedtime, bath. If they go to sleep at 7:30, it should be on a consistent basis. Also, another thing that is very, very important is food. This is fuel for our brain and body. A well-balanced diet helps with energy, and it gives the student the proper attention that they need throughout the day, and especially in your classroom. Together with parents and teachers, we can better educate our children and help them with all different disorders, and make our classroom fun and interesting to learn in. The end.